Hey guys, welcome back. Heavy Weapons Guy, an immovable tank, practically a boss fight waiting to happen. Without mincing words, today's challenge is to get a godlike killstreak playing only the Heavy. You'd think this would be simple, but oh boy, you'd be wrong. You see, Heavy may have 300 HP and one of the biggest guns in the entire game, but he's slow and big, which makes him easy to hit. Heavy is generally a damage magnet, and surviving long enough to get 20 kills without dying is rare. Oftentimes, you just have to hope for a medic who can pocket you. Medics like to focus their heals on players with fancy cosmetics and weapons, so in order to attract a doctor, I need to get dressed. Yep, there we go. But what is my weapon? Well, I'm a lover of the stock minigun, to be honest. I just need one that fits the look I'm going for. That works nicely, and should help attract a doctor or two, assuming I can make use of it. Our story begins on Pier, with an example of how quickly Heavy can eviscerate the enemy if you give him a crit boost. Heavy does so much damage that merely existing in the right place can often hold weaker enemies at bay. Even though most of the enemy team was alive at this point, they were so scattered that none of them dared come closer. All I had to do was superglue myself to the cart and we would easily win. Except I died. My next attempt occurred on Dust Bowl. After a quick uber push out of spawn, we capped the first point and moved toward the second. I was hoping for something more drawn out, but the game was over so fast that I only got 5 kills, a quarter of what I wanted. We simply won too hard. On Upward, I proved that Sniper is not impossible to kill. Mowed down an unprepared Pyro, and since I had picked up a medic, decided to go spawn camp. It nets me 7 kills before they adjust and give me what I deserve. I didn't really want to complete this with cheap tactics anyway. After that, I was able to push the enemies off the cart with the help of an uber charge and random crits. Yeah, Sniper doesn't counter Heavy so hard when I'm randomly doing triple damage, does he? But then they popped a crit boost on their soldier, and well, 270 damage per rocket is a good counter to Heavy and everything else. There was a fun moment where I snuck behind 3 people and managed to kill them. I love the idea of sneaking around as a guy this big. Afterward, I went downstairs and got even more random crits, totally deserved, these poor guys. But they were pushing the cart towards last, so I jumped out the window, throwing myself into the enemy like Aragorn off the wall of Helm's Deep, and immediately died. Here's me failing to stop their last push, the one time I needed random crits and they weren't there. Back on pier, and once again, this is how good Heavy is when the enemy is unprepared. Playing this class is all about timing, knowing when to go in versus when to hold back. It is so much easier to win when the enemy isn't entrenched and ready for you. After healing up, I circled around to the top cliff and shot down the enemy's attempt at rebuilding a nest before dying to a few well-aimed sticky bombs. We pushed towards the second point, and I knew this time they were ready for us. Luckily, our medic was competent and popped Ubercharge on me at the perfect time. I utterly cleaned out this entire point in a matter of seconds, destroying 2 nests and stuffing the enemy's own Ubercharge at the same time. After that carnage, we got all the way to 3rd without much resistance, and capped it pretty easily. We just steamrolled almost the whole map, but the last point is always the trickiest, as it's right outside the enemy spawn, and they have plenty of time to set up. After chowing down on a chocolate bar, I just barely avoided getting stabbed by a spy and brought my kill streak up to 8. I honestly hoped the game would last long enough for me to get the final 12 kills, but not only were we still steamrolling, I actually died and lost my streak thanks to foolishly engaging an enemy heavy when I had less health. Once again, we won too hard, and I didn't have time to complete my challenge. On defense, I made a habit of going down flank routes and circling constantly, making sure I caught the enemy off guard as much as possible. The medic from the previous round was following me again, seeing as I had proved my worth to him the round before. I only got 6 kills this time, however, as the medic got blown up seconds before I myself did. I just wasn't able to get another huge streak that round. Over on the map I forgot the name of, it was pretty much the same story. With the medic's help I was able to get a bunch of kills really quickly, and I obviously am improving at playing heavy in general, tracking enemies better, being more aware of my positioning, and so forth, but like always, I died before I hit that magical 20 number. Heavy really needs a lot of healing to stay alive, as he can't dodge most damage that comes at him, he just has to survive it. I made sure to keep my medic alive by throwing him food, another thing I'm getting better about. Back to Upward. At least I like this map. I just decided to stay glued to the cart and never leave it. Push until death and then push some more. Push like a woman giving birth. Push like you're really trying to get through a door, but the door is stuck and it's your daughter's birthday, and if you're late to your daughter's birthday again, your ex-wife will never forgive you, and you'll destroy any hope you had of fixing your broken marriage. Anyway, we captured the point. My strategy was very successful at first, and both my kill count and our progress went up, busting down sentries and generally making sure nobody had a chance to regroup. However, as we approached the next point, I was forced to abandon the cart when I took a monumental amount of damage. I went to the small walkway below the point, ate up, and made the fatal mistake of walking towards a cliff while a pyro was chasing me. Angered about losing my 9 streak, I came back with a vengeance, capping the second to last point and repeatedly throwing myself at the enemy defenses, whittling them away little by little. I used the cart as cover and managed to gain tons of ground from my team, but the moment I decided to back off, I got backstabbed. Not to worry, I avenged myself on that spy. Then I died again. The enemy's defenses were so thick that even an uber charge wasn't enough to destroy everything, and I got killed as soon as it wore off. Ugh, another try ended in similar failure. I'm really starting to lose it, guys. Ubered again. I killed a pyro. They're heavy. I killed so many of them that as the cart approached the end, only 2 reds were left alive. Yes, we won, but I didn't get my stupid 20 kill streak. Why do I set myself these challenges? I can't take it anymore. Intermission! Intermission time! That's better. Playing heavy is emotional. The whole team is relying on you. You are the anchor that keeps them all centered and can easily draw fire away from your weaker teammates, serving as a big distraction or a bulldozer. Although I knew I was getting better at it, I honestly needed the break. Okay, intermission's over. Back to the challenge. Heavy's big weaknesses are snipers and spies, but his slow movement and rev up time make him vulnerable to all forms of damage. I honestly think he's one of the hardest classes to play well, despite being the simplest one on the surface. You have to learn what the flank routes and sightlines for snipers are. You have to know how spies move to avoid getting stabbed. You have to know where engineers set up shop so you can wreck said shop. Even simple things like jump revving around corners or keeping an eye on your medic's health bar so you can feed him a sandwich when he gets close to death. Heavy is sort of like Medic in that while on the surface level his abilities are dead simple to understand, actually implementing them requires a very deep understanding of the entire game and asks you to constantly think on your feet. When is it safe to spin up your gun? When is it safe to unrev? You've seen a whole lot of me killing many people at once in this video, but trust me, it's built off the back of many games where I did nothing. This class is seen as a big dumb brute, but ironically it takes the most brains and is the most cerebral to pull off. You can't just run away like Scout or rocket jump like Soldier. Your slow movement speed forces you to commit to your decisions or die. Positioning is dead important too, as like I said earlier, being in the right place at the right time is where Heavy shines the most. What do all of these clips where I'm stomping whole groups have in common? They were unprepared. Knowing roughly what the enemy team composition is, what they are going to do, and when they're going to do it enables you to catch them off guard, at which point your frankly stunning DPS output will shred them to pieces. Heavy makes people panic if they aren't expecting him, because he's huge and everyone who's played this game for longer than 5 minutes knows how quickly his gun can shred enemies if they don't have an escape plan. I mean, look at this. Look at what can happen if you use your head and attack at the right time. All in all though, I was getting to the point of despair again. I kept getting at most 10 kills per life, half of what I wanted. I have never been so annoyed while top scoring at the same time. And so when I got into a game on Barn Blitz, I didn't even start recording right away. I then got 5 quick kills in a row and started recording because I know when opportunity knocks. Things were dire. The cart had been pushed almost all the way to the end and we had to keep them from capturing the last point for 4 minutes. I took a ton of damage, but by now the fear of death had been killed out of me. Instead of retreating, I ran forward. Luckily for me, an enemy demo man saved me from my foolish decision by launching me backwards and I was able to heal up. For some reason a scout rushed at me and obviously died. I can't for the life of me work out what he had in mind, and then me and my medic rushed towards the enemy spawn with an uber charge. I went on an absolute tear before it ended and my kill streak was now at 10. Halfway there. We retreated just in time to catch out an enemy demo man and started advancing again, but my medic was flanked by a pyro. I killed the arsonist, gave medic a banana, and then he almost died again. Don't scare me like that, Doc. Don't worry, I'll protect you. I then shot 2 rocket jumping soldiers down and was at 15, just 5 kills away from completing this challenge. My medic got injured and had to pop Uber at a bad time. I rushed forward to make use of it, but my indecision on when to rev cost us most of the charge. I still got somebody and then retreated upstairs to refill my ammo. The moment I did so, however, my medic was attacked. I jumped down and saved him, bringing my count up to 18. At this point, I was practically writhing in my gaming chair. I had never gotten this close. I was so paranoid about backstabs and headshots, I don't think even stabby could have gotten me. I healed up my doc and prepared for another push forward. After checking to make sure we weren't getting flanked from that drop down area, I killed a random engineer who was there for some reason and was at 19. I decided to just go for it. A sniper! My worst enemy. Can I really beat him? Who are we kidding? He can't do shit. 20 streak! Whoa! I died immediately after I got it. Not that I cared one bit. I did it! I won! I beat the unbeatable challenge. I will not tolerate a single person in the comments saying they got this easily or without really trying, even if you really did. I honestly have to thank every single different medic that lashed their beams onto me and helped me get all these clips. I don't know who any of you are, but you medic mains are a wonder. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and get out. Video's over.